Hey guys, welcome back. This week I've got another 486. A couple of years ago I looked at the 486 Parallelo and to be honest, big fan of the gun. At the time though, I had the version with the beaver tail and the pistol grip. This time around, for the newly refreshed 486 DS, the deep scroll, I've got a straight hand with a splinter stock and it's a very different animal. Still a fan, still a big fan of the gun itself, but it's a very different beast to shoot. This new engraving is very pretty. We'll talk about that in a sec. We'll do the usual. 30-inch tubes on this. Also available in a 28, obviously. 6 to 10 mil taper. Steel front bead. Multi-choked, obviously flush. Splinter forend, 3-inch chamber, 18.4 board. The gun all in weighs 7.6 pounds. Ideal as a game gun, to be honest. It's not too light, not too heavy. Very mobile, very nimble. Something you've got to be aware of if you're used to shooting a much heavier clay gun. It's an ejector, single trigger, selectable barrel. This new deep scroll engraving is very tastefully done. It doesn't have that super loud, high contrast look that you get on a lot of the deep scroll stuff nowadays. It's much more muted in execution. It's all acanthus. It covers the fences, the detonation, and underneath onto the trigger guard and down the trigger tang. Very nicely done. All the screws are engraved. Very pretty. The engraving on the top of the rib is quite nice as well. Just a nicely executed Beretta logo there on the rib. Coming back into the stock, straight hand, very thin in the comb, very sort of traditional game, 14.5 with a wooden butt pad. Personally, I think for me, especially with a straight hand, I would probably stick a recoil pad on here. I find it very mobile in terms of recoil. Shooting wise, very different to the beaver tail and pistol grip gun. Much more linear, I felt, in terms of the way it recoils into your shoulder. Wouldn't be a problem on high birds where the gun's got nowhere to go, but on crossing stuff, I find it extremely kind of, I don't know, just it was a lot more lively in the hand. Very quick, as you'd expect for a gun of this type. Definitely something you're going to have to be aware of and slow it down if you're used to a big heavy clay gun. But to be honest, I've enjoyed shooting it for all that. I haven't put any super heavy loads through it. I've just been shooting kind of clay loads through it, and recoil was absolutely fine. As I said, I think a recoil pad would sort out a little bit of that kind of linear motion and to a degree stop it from kind of sliding out of the shoulder if you're not wearing a vest. Straight hand stock, not necessarily my cup of tea. I'm not used to it. I've not grown up shooting straight hands off splinter forends. Definitely more of a fan of the beaver tail and pistol grip variety, shall we say. All in though, I do like it. I think the RRP on these is around about 4. They're not cheap, but they are very well built. The barrels are beautifully struck off and nicely blued. All the wood to metal fit is, as you'd expect from a Beretta, excellent. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. The channel is as ever supported by Bywell Shooting Ground, MacWet Gloves, Hull Cartridge, and the British Shooting Show. Obviously, like, subscribe, comment, blah, the usual stuff. And guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.